Welcome back to the program. Now it is time to go to TNA, and Ring of Honor. Going to start with TNA and their big pay-per-view. Slammiversary is only 2 weeks away from this Sunday night, June the 8th at 8 p.m. live on pay-per-view. It is in South Haven, Mississippi, just a couple of minutes away from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, the main event is the annual King of the Mountain match for the TNA World Heavyweight title. Samoa Joe defends the title against, at the moment, Robert Roode and Booker T. 2 more men are to qualify in the next couple of weeks for those last 2 spots in the King of the Mountain match. Petey Williams defends the X Division title against Kaz. And, of course, the wedding of Jay Lethal and SoCal Val, which now will feature American Idol star Ace Young. God, I hope you remember. I'm just curious. Does anybody remember that song that Randy Savage and Elizabeth had, that Together song? Together. I don't know the lyrics of the song. I hated that song personally, but I hope they don't do that song. That would just be total infringement, total, copyrights. It would just be terrible. Okay, now to something better. Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, 2 weeks away from their next show, June the 6th and 7th, another double shot weekend. Now, June 6th in Hartford, Connecticut. If you had tickets to the December 28th show, they will be honored, no pun intended, on the June 6th show. And on that night, a one-night tournament to fill the vacant Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. Now, this week, the entire first round matches were set and announced, and if you missed them, here are the matches. Jigsaw and Ruckus will face Adam Pearce and Chris Hero. Nigel McGuinness and Go Shiozaki will face Kevin Steen and El Generico. Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black will face Delirious and Pele Primo, and the team of Austin Aries and Bryan Danielson will face Roderick Strong and Davey Richards. Now, the winners of the first match, Jigsaw Ruckus against Pearce and Hero, will face the winners of the McGuinness-Shiozaki Steen-Erico match. Meanwhile, the other semifinal match, the winner of the Age of the Fall Delirious Primo match, will face the winner of the Aries Danielson Strong Richards match, and then of course the finals will be that night. And there's a lot of possibilities for the semifinals, and the big one I'm sure everyone's talking about is the possibility of Jacobs Black, Aries Danielson before the next night in Philadelphia, which I'll get to in a moment. Plus on that show, Necro Butcher, Eric Stevens, Brent Albright, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Edwards, Daisy Hayes, and a lot more. And then the next night, Philadelphia has been rewarded with another pay-per-view taping, Respect is Earned 2. Now, the matches are still the same at the moment. Austin Aries and Bryan Danielson will face Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black in a tag team grudge match. And the Fight Without Honor features Roderick Strong and Eric Stevens. The FIP heavyweight title is not on the line. Plus, Nigel McGuinness, Jay Briscoe, Kevin Steen and El Generico, the Necro Butcher, Claudio Castagnoli, Sweet and Sour Incorporated, Chris Hero, and Adam Pearce with Larry Sweeney, Brent Albright, and many, many more. Now, the big news coming out of Ring of Honor this past week is that Lance Storm is returning to Ring of Honor for not only the debut in Toronto in the later part of July, but also in Detroit the next night. So if you go to either Toronto or Detroit for that, make sure that you're there, because Lance Storm will be wrestling. And his one time in Ring of Honor against Bryan Danielson was a fantastic wrestling match. Gonna take a break. The Indies are on the way next.